And now I'm looking for a missing component. A missing component. I have SATA cables for days, but I'm missing this attachment that I'm supposed to have, I think. I think I'm missing that. Hi, guys. I'm missing an attachment. I was hoping to get it, but I don't know where it is. Same setup as last time, although I do have my camera 3, if you will, working now, so that's good. Is it this one, or... I don't think this is the right attachment. There's an attachment that I'm missing. I had it yesterday. I was holding it in my hand yesterday, but I don't recall where I put it. Oh, it's attached already. It's right there. Oh, good. Oh, good. Well, all right then. It's already attached. I figured it out. All right. Hello, everyone. I'm back with my dork light. How are you? I just had lunch as well, so I'm good. I'm good in that front. Sorry you can't. Aw, Clint, you have to miss it. That sucks, man. I mean, I did say I'd be live around this time, and I have to stop like before my son wakes up. So I'm gonna finish this today though. Like this is gonna get done. Damn it with the dog portraits. Sorry, man. No dog portraits until this is done. All right, that's why we're doing this. Sounds the same, not quiet though. Well, that's the whole point. Yeah, make it sound just as good or the same, and as best as I can, but also make it a decent volume. Once again, no other sounds other than my voice in the stream because I can't. It's the MacBook. Can't really do that. So if you want music and stuff, you're gonna have to play it on your own systems. But yeah, that's basically the gist of it. So as far as what I've done already this morning, nothing. I've done nothing this morning or nothing last night. But I did set up a couple of things this afternoon. I can go over those with you if you want me to. So just some basic like certain things being plugged in, you know, like little things like that. I got the SSDs all hooked up and ready to go now. So those are in. This cable management all has to get sorted out today as well, so we'll be doing that. I'll probably be unplugging things in order to do that, hopefully not too bad, but we'll have to do that. Get out of my way, ad. And then over on this side, let me show you what we've got here. On this side, I've connected the pump. This little cable goes up into this CPU fan header right here. You can't hardly see it because it's not focused. There we go. Goes up in there. So I got that done. The other cable wraps around and connects to the rest of the thing. So basically, yeah, it's just supplying power to the fans and stuff, which is nice. What else? I got the USB 3 stuff hooked in right there. There's HD audio. I'm pretty sure that goes there, although the manual doesn't say that, but I'm pretty sure it does. And then we've got this cable here, which is kind of, it's still eluding me. I know it's needed, but I'm concerned that I have the wrong one and that the right one like is for this motherboard. So I think I need to disconnect this and that there's an attachment that comes with this motherboard because this one right here is for the previous. So I have a feeling that there's another piece like just like this, but with a different hole pattern that's supposed to go here, which is what I'm looking for right now. I've been looking for that attachment, which like it might be here. Might be here actually. Is it the little one? Well, this one says it says HD LED plus minus ground reset NC. Oh yeah. Yeah, I think this is it actually. Okay, let's do it this way then. I think it's just a smaller one for this hard drive or for this. I think it's just a smaller one this time, which is kind of nice. You have the SSD on the back side? Oh, yeah. I do have the SSD on the back side. And the audio is going to be slightly out of sync. It has been for the last 3 streams for the setup because the microphone is going through a USB hub, which is going to introduce some delay. So that's what we said before. It's still true today. But you might not have been here when I said that. So if it comes across as being kind of a dick to you there, I'm sorry. Didn't mean to do that. Is it going to be this direction like this? There's not enough. Oh, there's not enough. Wait, power and ground, those there. Oh, this is the reset ground. Hold on. I know you guys can't really see what I'm doing here, but such is the nature of this setup. I'm supposed to be able to see your chat on this little iPad here, but it keeps shutting off. The iPad keeps shutting off. Firefighter says, how's it going? Cool, man. It's going cool. That's what it is. Hoping it continues to go cool. I think that's how that goes. I need to read the manual to know for sure how that goes, but I think that's how that goes. It says HDLED reset goes on to that and plugs in. Install Asus Q connector for the front I/O. And that goes where? It actually doesn't tell me where it goes. But I'm willing to bet, like, a lot of these things, they can only really go in one spot. So, like, a lot of times, can I get this to set right here? These little flexible tripods are so cool. I can, yeah. So, I think I've got this set up correctly, I think. Because there's HDD LED, that's what this is here. There's the ground and reset, so it resets here. It doesn't quite match up. There's still a prong that's kind of sticking out right here. But maybe that's just for a different kind of case. I don't know. And then we've got on the back it says power and ground, and I've got power SW there. So I'm going to hope that that is the case. I'm going to hope that that's the right way. And then there's only really one reasonable spot that this can go, usually. And I think it's right here. I think it plugs in right here. Because that matches, the pattern matches there. So I'm going to double check the manual to make sure that that spot's correct, but the pin pattern matches. So pin pattern matches. So that is, if I go back to the manual, 13 is the system panel connections. Perfect. That's exactly what I needed. So we'll pop that right there. And we'll just let that linger there and hope that that's correct. SATA cables are plugged in here. So both of my SSDs are the, that's not correct. The white one is, this is an SSD, this is my regular big hard drive, and then there's a black one plugged in behind this one. That's the other SSD. And then, of course, RAM. That's my CPU power cable. It's kind of, can't really see it, can you? This is my CPU power cable. That's powering the CPU, right? Kind of see it? It's the big one, the big one with a lot, right? Right there. You can kind of see the light on it right now. That runs all the way down, and then eventually gets you to there. Yeah, there. There. It's going to be weird to try to point the light that's on my forehead to where my camera's pointing. But I don't like how it crosses the top. It crossed the top in the last motherboard as well, and I never really liked it. But that's kind of like, it's kind of the only way I can do it. The only other option I have really is to see if I can get this thing to stay. Will you stay? Yeah, you'll stay. The only other option I have is to take this cable and just off camera, isn't it? Yeah, it's okay. Is to route it through and then go up this side and then over to the port. But then the cable's too long, and then you get like a lot of cable management issues because it's too long. So by running it out this way and then over, I eliminate the slack on the cable, and it looks, I don't know, before I thought it looked better, but I'm kind of like questioning whether that's a thing right now, like whether it actually looks better. But I don't know. Cable management's going to be a lot of the stream, I think. I don't know. We'll see. So what's left to do? Left to do is just cables and connections, and then I'm going to lay this thing down, put the graphics card in, and then once the GPU is in, powering it on, kind of, and seeing if it posts, which it may not, because I may not have things plugged in exactly the way they're supposed to be, but we'll see. Let's see what you have to say. Hi, yeah, hi, Wasanjo. How are you, man? Had the SSDs on the backside. Yep. The connecting everything and making sure everything works. Yeah, this is the really hard part. Like, Like, the other part was more challenging than it needed to be because the backplate thing confused me, because the last motherboard came with a backplate. So that part kind of threw me off because I didn't remember that that happened. And then I had to find the box that had the other backplate. But once we got that sorted out, the other parts are fairly easy. The connection parts are really tedious, and it's hard to show on camera. But basically, what we got is a lot of cable management needs to happen because this is all really messy. So like there's going to be, I got all these Velcro straps that can kind of knock things down. But mostly I'm going to probably, what will end up happening is I'm going to pull all these cables out as far as they can go to kind of get a feel for how long they are and then try to route them respectively so they're not all jumbled together like this. That's probably going to require me to unhook a lot of things. But as long as I can like do one at a time and like hook it back up and know where it goes, then it should be okay. I only have one hard drive on this computer. I have so many bays available. So like this case is so cool. I really like it. The connections for the front I/O are up here, and they've already been connected to the different panels. In the last case, or the last motherboard that I had, oops, sorry about the shakiness, guys. The last motherboard that I had all the fans hooked up here. There's a little central like fan header like hub, and I had it all connected like that. But the thing is, I'm not sure I need to do that with this motherboard because I don't really need. I think this motherboard can probably just handle the fans all by itself. I don't have that many fans. So like it's not really that big of a deal. And then this one here is actually for lights, not for a fan. So wait, no, that's not true. That's not true. I take that back. This white one goes to the CPU. So the CPU will run to this one, and that will regulate the fans for the rest of them. But either way, I don't need to. Like I don't think I need to incorporate that this time around. Maybe we'll see. I don't know. But front I/O, right? Here. And then this Blu-ray drive actually isn't connected at all. It's not hooked up at all. And the reason for that, you can kind of see it back there, maybe. Hello, Blu-ray drive. It's not hooked up because the last time I had that, well, first off, I don't really use it. Like, I got a really good deal on it, and I used it once, but I don't really use it. And I didn't have enough SATA power cables. I had connector cables like for days, but I don't have the right enough power cables for it. So I just decided to borrow one of the power cables and use it for a hard drive instead. Or yeah, use it for a hard drive instead. So use it for the thing I'm going to use all the time. So far the motherboard, storage, CPU. Hold on, let's move this over a little bit so I can see the chat completely. So far the motherboard, storage, CPU, PSU, and some fans are connected. Correct, yes. All that stuff is true. I don't need zip ties because I have all this Velcro, right? I have a lot of Velcro straps that are all like strategically placed throughout that I can run all the cables through. I didn't need a single tie wrap or zip tie in the last build. Didn't need a single one. And I don't anticipate needing one this time either. But so cable management I think is probably what I'm going to work on right now. And a lot of these really nice cables, these big ones, they lay flat against each other and they curve right with each other. So I don't really need to like worry about them too much. It's when you get ones that cross like this one, where it's kind of like going around the whole stack instead of being with the stack. That's when it throws me off. So I can go back like this and kind of look at what that is. That's for my graphics cards. Okay. So the GPU is doing that. So if I pull this one out, which is going to be hard to do, it's a pretty thick little end here. I don't want to disrupt like how the other ones are organized. That's really hard to do. Maybe it'll be easier to go the other way because this is easier to pull out on the side. So if I grab the right one, which is here, which you guys can't see, but I'm going to try and get it. Hang on. Let's unplug this one for now so I can get to the right one I need. Oh man. You are in there tight. Come on, get out. Holy crap. What is keeping you in so much, huh? What's keeping you? That is really in there. There we go. All right, maybe I'll plug that into a different one next time. I don't know. Kind of hurt my hand on that. All right, so this one's like wrapping around, right? Wait, is that? Oh yeah, I pulled it out. That's the right one. So instead of having it, no, this is the wrong one. This is the right one. Oh, hang on. Type 3. Okay, you know what? It's fine. So, I mean, they're all power cables anyway, right? So, what does it matter? They're all power cables anyway. Are those pajama trousers? No, they're shorts. They're plaid shorts. I would wear them back long ago in high school when I golfed. When I did some golfing, I would wear these out golfing. They're just like cargo shorts, but they're plaid instead. I wear them around the house. I don't wear them around public very often. Let's see. Got another cable right here, which is kind of like, this is what's connected to my hard drive. So if see, it's kind of long. If I could somehow make this shorter, that'd be great. Can I make this one any shorter? Well, the only way to make it shorter would be to stuff more of it into the case, which is doable. I mean, I'm going to have that cover that covers the whole thing. So really, I could just stuff this all inside the case like this, just as long as it's not. Yes, and then you have this problem here, which this one right here goes up to, yeah. I could make this one connect here, actually. That would save me some space, right? If I take this out here and put it into this one, that would save me some space, I think. Makes it a little more difficult to add new hard drives later, but I can always reroute the power at that point. So let's just stick this in there like this. No, because it's gonna stick, no, it's gonna be fine. That'll stick in just fine. All right, so then this cable and this cable, I kind of want these cross cables to go underneath this whole row. This row stack. So maybe what I should do instead is to just disconnect all of these and reroute all of them nice and neatly instead of having them connected to the power supply. So let's just kind of like disconnect all of them. And we'll rerun this whole snake, this whole train through to this bottom part here. Where's this one? No, rerun all of this. Everything that goes to the power supply is going to get rerouted separately. So, okay, so all of these are going to now go over top of all of these other ones. So kind of like through here and then around like that. And then they will help keep the rest of them down, right? Which is kind of nice. So the heavy cables should go on top. As long as I'm sure that they're routed correctly and I have the right cables, which I kind of am at this point. So we can just kind of take all of them and sort of lay them flat against each other. Like that, like that, like that. And then the really big challenge though at that point is going to be which ones go where. Like I know this one, I know where this goes, but for instance, the CPU one needs to go where the CPU is. And it doesn't actually say CPU on this. I thought one of them did say CPU on them, but I don't remember if I actually used it for this. It doesn't really matter, just as long as the CPU is connected to the CPU port on the motherboard or on the power supply. That way the power supply is giving it the proper attention, I suppose. I put my SSD in the hard drive bay. Yeah, I would do that too if this case didn't come already with 2 spots to mount them in the back. Like the case comes with this, so I'm going to use it because it's pretty nice. CPU is cable protection unit. It's a plastic case on the cable. Well, sure, but they don't actually say CPU on them. But one of them did say CPU. I don't know if I used that cable, but I had one at one point. And it said CPU like in white letters written on the top of it. Almost like it was trying to like encourage me to use that one for the CPU, so I would always know which one it is. But, oh, you made that up? Okay, never mind. I was like, maybe. I don't know if that's true, but I'll go with it. Anyway, yeah, if you're wondering how long the stream has been going at any point in time in any of my streams, you can always use the !uptime command in the chat, and it will always tell you how long I've been streaming. You don't ever have to ask. You can just always ask the bot, and it'll tell you immediately, like with accuracy anyway. Okay, so this, and this. Let's kind of go with these 3 cables. And this top piece here, this is the one that goes to the CPU, correct? Yes. And I'm kind of thinking this might be my opportunity to reroute this. because I'm already disconnected it. Should I route it the other way, or should I have it cross the motherboard? If I route it the other way, how would I route it? It would go this way, up, through here, and then connect, which is probably cleaner. I'm gonna go for that. I mean, I don't mind it crossing. It's just kind of like, eh. Oh, how do I disconnect you? Where is it? Is the button to disconnect you on the other side? Is that on the underbelly side of this thing? Or can I just pull you out? What? Why isn't that coming out? Why are you not coming out? No, it's on the top. I just can't. I'm just being weak with it, I guess. No, it's on the. I can't tell. I'm just gonna pull it. No, I shouldn't do that. Ah, come on, get out. Get out of there. There we go. Okay, it's out now. And I didn't hurt anything. Good. Yeah, it was on the top. Okay, so I can put this rack now. Since I'm rerouting this anyway, right? So it's not really a missed opportunity per se. So what I could do is take this cable, which is going to the CPU, right? Yeah, this is good actually. I like this. All right, so it's not that long. You can't quite see how long it is from this example, but like it's right here, basically. So it's not that long of a cable. That's my problem usually. But if I'm running it this way, I think I don't have the room for that. It's gonna be very close, but I'm gonna give it a shot right now. So we'll run this one first. So let's go through here, to the bottom. Connect this to the CPU power source, which I need freaking light for. I'm not gonna switch cameras. You guys are, most of the action is gonna happen on that side anyway. So I'm gonna go like this. This is for the CPU right here. This one right here. Plug in. Plug it in, plug it in. Unless it doesn't want to go in which case then don't plug it in. Why don't you go in? Is it a specific side that's supposed to go in there? Oh shit, it might be, actually. Yeah, it's designed for a very specific side to go in there. Huh, okay. It's different on each end. Fair enough. And plug it in. Where is it? Right there. Put it in. Yeah, that snapped right in. Okay, so it's very specific side needed to be plugged into that end. That's good. So now this cable, because it's so short, right, I have to route it around. The problem I had before is that I didn't want to route this over top of the SSD. But now I'm going to, because it's kind of the only way to do this and have it be really clean. If I run this all the way up the edge like this, and then stick it through this, let's just stick it through there first, and then we'll worry about routing it second like this. Right, just all the way up the edge of the case like that. Yeah, like that. You can't even see it. And then bring it down over here, and then it has to turn. Kind of has to turn really sharp though. That's a really sharp turn. I don't like kinking cables, but this might need to be kinked in order to get in there, and I don't want to do that. If I can rotate this without breaking it, that would be swell. Right, like this, and ooh, very close. Very close. I think I got it. I think I got it. We have touchdown. Cool. Now if I could somehow route this with this cable being rotated a bit more, like that. Can I rotate you? So that you're a little bit gentler on that turn. There we go. That's much better. That makes me feel way better. You guys don't see what I did, but basically by rotating the cable like that, I eliminated the kink. So I had a bit of a kink there on the cable. So this SSD is kind of like, well, for lack of a better term, it's kind of trapped in there now. It's held very securely by the cable. It's not really mounted very securely. It's got a little bit of a give to it, but I don't think that's too big of a deal because, like you said, most people they just set their SSD in the hard drive bay anyway. And this is held in way more securely than that, so maybe it'll be fine. I can't tell which way is out for that, but I think it's sitting there is probably fine. I don't know if there's actually like a risk to having a major power cable running alongside. Like, is there like interference wise? I don't know if there's a major concern of that. I guess I haven't looked into that, but this is run a lot cleaner than it was before. And now you can't even see the cable. Like, nobody will even see it now. CPU power cable when looking at the computer through the case. So I'm gonna go with that. Cool. So the next things then has to do with, let's maybe move this back a little bit or make it less intense. How's that sound? Yeah. So the rest of these cables then go to various things up in my case. You need to know where they go first. They all run there. Okay, so this is like all the peripherals are being run through here. So all of these are gonna stick together, hopefully. This one's on the top, but it's not on the top. It's supposed to be on the top, but it's not on the top. It's supposed to be on the bottom, yeah. Let's get them in the right order. There's a lot of crisscrossiness happening in this cable, and I don't like it, but if I go like this, maybe. Go like that, okay. Yeah. Okay, so all of this stuff will run down to the power supply, but we'll do that after we get everything else done. So we'll just kind of set these aside. This cable goes to the graphics card, right? Yes. This is for the GPU. What is this doing out? Oh, that's for the SATA cables. Where's this going? Where's this go? Ah, it's that. Okay. Cool. That's not a big deal. It's also a lot longer than I needed it to be, but not a big deal nevertheless. This can all go out. That. All right, then the plan here, hopefully, is to take all these cables like that then. And then we just kind of do this with it. Keep them all secure there. And do this with it. Keep them all secure there. And this cable needs to go through here to the graphics card for the graphics card to plug in. This is for SATA cables for the hard drives. That goes this way separately. Yep, like I don't want it to go around there though. I want it to go underneath it. Let's go underneath this, please. Yes, like that. Like that. Okay, cool. And then we'll take and let me see. We'll take from there, pull this through, Yep, and yep. So this one is, which one are you? You are for the SATA hard drives, for this SSDs. The SSDs we're gonna put in down here. One. There's another SSD. There's another hard drive one somewhere. It's this one here. This one is this one. Plug that one in down like this. Okay, that works. Like that, good. Oh, my dog's barking again. The infamous, the fabled, the one and only Tesla, the barking mutt. All right, then, let's see. I'll just tuck that right there because that's not going to be a problem. I wonder if I can get that to actually be, get that to be incorporated into this little loop here. Right, like in there like that. Yeah, that'll work really well, I think. Let's see. With Velcro shutters, why? Velcro is so much better than tie wraps. In my opinion, but like tie wraps, fine. You can tie them up, but then you have to cut them. Like zip ties, you have to cut. Velcro is just like, you can just put things in it. It's so much easier. So good. Unless you're like not a fan of Velcro in general. I know some people that are like that. Just don't like they don't like the sound of Velcro or whatever. And I guess if that's the case, then so be it. But as far as like utility, Velcro is so good. What is this? Like, why is this so long? Where does this go to? Oh, that's the SATA cable. Can I drag that in a little bit more? You know what? Actually, if I just tuck that right there and tuck it underneath this cable, then when this comes through, it'll go through over top. So let's just push this through over top now. Like that. Push it through. What's this? It's something in my way. Get out of the way. It's this other cable. It's okay. Get through that big hole right there. Okay. Push that through. And oh, it's not quite laying flat. Gotta lay flat, otherwise it's not effective unless you lay flat. There we go. Like that, like that, like that. And then pull you through like this, okay. Yep, that, and then I wanna do my light. Where's my light? Where's my light? Aziz, light. Much better, thank you, Aziz. All right, put this out here. You know, I should put a theme around my channel. A Fifth Element theme. Freaking love that movie. It's my guilty pleasure. It's so good. Ruby Rod. He's so talented. Let's put this. I think it goes in here. This is a. Where does this go to? That's my worst fear right now, is that I don't know what these go to, or certain ones of these go to. But they can only connect in one spot, so only certain ports will support this plugging into it. So I guess we'll just go like that. It's probably the graphics card one. This is the big one that goes at the bottom. So let's unplug this one first so it's out of my way. Plug this one in at the bottom. Come on now. Oh, you're killing me, Smalls. There we go. Like that, and then like that. If you're just joining, welcome. I see the numbers are going up a little bit, so if you're just joining, welcome. I'm finishing up my PC build. There's no music or anything for the stream, just my voice, because that's all my little laptop can handle right now. So if you want music and you want something entertaining, you can play it on your own system. You can be your own DJ. It's actually probably better that way anyway, because you may not like my taste in music. All right, here's this. Now, this is one thing I'm confused about. It's this little cable, this tiny little cable right here. It appears to go to my fan, but I don't have an available fan header right here on the side. I thought maybe like there'd be one over here, but there isn't. The closest one is this one right here. But this one is this cable all the way around, and it's powering this fan. So there's another fan header here, and what I might have to do, even though it's a really long cable, is I might have to actually take this this fan, this little short cable, because there's not much left room for this one, go underneath this, and then I might have to plug that in here. It's the only option I have, really. So I'm gonna do that. It is this one, right? Maybe it's upside down. Am I doing this wrong? Might be. Nope, right there. So I might have to take this really long cable, unfortunately, and like reroute it to where it basically goes in the back and then comes back right where it came out, because there's no other way to do it. So let's bring this around. Yeah, we'll take it out of there. It's fine, I guess. We'll have to reroute it back. We'll bring it down. Oh, you guys can't see this anymore because camera angles, right? We'll bring this one, this is the cable, the really long one. So we'll bring it down like this, I guess, in with this Velcro here to hold it together, right? And then from there, since it's already kind of captured a little bit, we'll then bring it back up. Actually, I can't go that far down. I have to only go one, because otherwise I won't have the room. So and then I'll bring it back down like this, which is basically like putting it, I basically looped it from the fan through this loop, down a little bit, then bring it right back up through the same loop it came in. But the goal behind that is just to make the cable shorter, because it's too long and I don't want it to flop around in the case. So that's my solution for now, I think. It's the only thing I got. So then the final bit, this camera doesn't look like it's really pointed very well. I'm wondering if I can get it to be just a bit closer to the goal for you guys. So if I bring it this way, right, I wonder if that will be better. Probably will. Always trying to think of you guys, you know? Always trying to think of you guys. The things I do for you, I'm telling you. Just kidding. I don't do shit for you guys. It's all for my own self. I'm all selfish. That's what it is. I'm a very selfish prick. Right there. I think I'm going to plug it into this fan header here. Whoops, don't bend it. I'm always concerned about that. There we go. If it doesn't go in easy, it's probably not going in right. Well, at least on this kind of components. I suppose there's other matters where that sentence is not true. But for the purposes of computers and electronics in general, that's generally true. If it's not going in easy, it's probably not going in right. All right, let's put this back in. We'll plug this back in where it goes. Now this is pretty messy down here, but it's going to be covered by that case that I have, or it's going to be covered by that shield that I have. So I'm not really concerned about how it looks down here. As long as these cables pick themselves up slightly, we can get that shield back in and everything will be fine. This is the final cable here, but this plugs into the graphics card. It's not a big deal. So I just want to double check things. This is plugged into the CPU fan header, so we can help regulate the temperature that way. That's good. The rest of that is pumped back out, and which connects to these to help regulate and run it based on that, which is good. This fan is now hooked to that fan header. The front fan over here is now hooked to this fan header. I don't have any other fans in the case aside from the power supply, which is already blowing air down. Or is it sucking air up? No, I think it's blowing air. It's sucking air in, but then blowing it out back this way. Yeah. I think that's how that's working. It might be the other way around. I'm pretty sure it's that way, though. Then everything is plugged into power. Good, except for this. What is this? Oh, that's part of this cable, right? Good. So everything's plugged into power. Awesome. Outstanding. Yep, that's powered. Probably could maybe do with a bit of a wrap on this. But like I said, it's going to be underneath that case, so I'm not concerned about it. Unless I want to bring this around. Actually, this is pretty long. What I should maybe do is bring this all the way down to the bottom. Oh, get out of there. You little punk. Let go. If I bring this one, instead of, oh, is it already wrapped into the mess? Oh, I need knee savers for this, especially if I'm going to be on my knees on concrete. Is it already into the mess, like wrapped into the whole big bundle? Because if it is, I'm not going to move it. It's not. Good. So let's bring it down. And what I'll do is I'll bring it through the bottom instead. And that way, it's even less in the way and less visible. And it's even less likely to show up when I put the shield on again. As long as it doesn't get in the way of the back plate going on the case, which I'm a little bit concerned about. This wrap, this big thick wrap of cables I have here on this side is pretty thick. It's not laying as flat as I wanted, but I think once I muscle the back plate on, it's going to be good to go, so shouldn't worry about it. This is not on all the way. I kind of want this to be... can I fix that? Can I fix you? Por favor. Yeah, so that you're loose now. I want you to go in. Where's your holes? Right there. Okay, it's on the front, so you scoot forward. Okay, good to know. So you're going to go in like this and then scoot forward. And now you're locked into place. Yeah, now you're nice and tight. Good. Now put the cable in. And you're good. Okay. Anyway, so this cable now goes through the bottom, which now means I can plug it in on this side over here. And when I plug it in over here, it won't be in the way of everything else. Let's maybe just loop it underneath this. It's kind of a weird thing, but maybe it'll be all right. Come on, loop it, swoop it, and pull. Loop, swoop, and pull. You know what? It's your kid. Just teach him the bunny ears thing, okay? You know what? Let's put this over here. It's easier to reach. Put it right here. There we go. Okay. So if I'm not mistaken, I think that's it for wiring. And you can see the cable management is pretty damn good. Like this case, man, I'm telling you, this case, I cannot recommend it enough. The Deluxe, it's so good. Like, you see the back side, right? Cables are pretty damn well organized all the way around the back. Of course, you won't see back here, of course, because I'll have the back plate on. But before I put the back plate on, I'm of course going to try and boot it up and see if it runs. Make sure I have the cables in the right spot, because I may not. So that could be a problem, but I think I'm ready to put the graphics card in and test it. I think. Let me just take a look at the chat really quick here so I'm not missing things from you guys. Fifth Element. Oh my god, I know. It's like it's so... Hell has frozen over. I'm using Chrome as a browser. You started using Chrome as a browser right as Firefox went to Quantum? Go to Firefox. What are you doing? Quantum is so good. It's like the first real, true multi-core utilizing browser. Like it's really using multi-cores right now. It's good. I think it's good anyway. I'd rather use wget than Chrome. Well, okay, it's just browser talk then. Cool. Edge, that's... Ugh. I just don't like it because it's Microsoft. Maybe I'm just prejudiced. I never actually gave Edge an honest try, so I can't really comment on that. Bye for now, Prophet. Prophet's going to leave right as I'm going to try and boot this thing up. That's funny. Okay, so I think we're going to put the graphics card in, and we'll see if this thing turns on. And once it turns on, then we'll know if it posts okay. And I need to read the manual really quick and see, you know, like if there's lights on there and what it means and all that stuff. But for the most part, I think we're ready. And I'm going to move it over there to where it would normally be sitting to try and power it on, I think, because otherwise I have to do it on this little thing on the table, and there's already like a ton of stuff connected to that. So I'd rather give it its own dedicated line for power. But you know what? You guys can see that by me basically just pointing this other camera over to that side of the room for you guys. And you can take a look at my nice festive, it's not really festive, but my goofy golfing shorts that you've already made a comment on. So congrats on that. Okay, so we're just going to pick this thing up and I think move it over into position. Well, actually, before I do that, I need to install the graphics card, don't I? That's kind of, the GPU is kind of an important part of this. So maybe we don't do that just yet. Maybe instead, what we do is we lay this thing down and pop the graphics card in it first. I think that's a good idea. So if I tilt this down like so, okay. All right, GTX 1080, your time has come once more. The era of the 1080 is being restored back into the PC. Okay, so this port here is the PCI 16. That's the one that this has to go in. So we're just going to go ahead and put this like that. Give it a nice firm push, and we're in. Awesome, we're in. Then we take these. Woo, are these too short? No, we can pull these longer, come on. Then we take these, right? And we plug them in to where they go on this, which is here and here. Come on now. Come on now. All right, you know what? Let's fasten this in so it doesn't wiggle on me so much. Uh-oh. There we go. Yep. Let's wiggle this a little bit. Whoops, I'm bumping my stuff. Sorry. Sorry, guys. I can't. This chat is not updating in this Twitch app. Why isn't this chat updating? Like, I want to see the chat, but it's not. The Twitch app for iPad is not updating. Like, come on, show me the up-to-date chat, will you? Go to chat only. Apply. There we go. No, that's not showing me updated chat. It's just showing me like really old chat. It's not updating. That's messed up, man. All right, well, never mind, iPad. You can take a hike. I mean, to be fair, I probably have to update the client like a lot, so especially after they did the new beta and everything, but maybe not. I don't know. This is not the right screw, I don't think, because it doesn't have one of those little padded parts to it. I want to use the padded ones on this. Actually, no, the padded ones are supposed to go on the outside for the case. Never mind. That's where those go. Those go on the ones that screw in the externals, so we don't scratch the things people can see and look at. So yeah, I had the right screw before. So let's just get this GPU to be connected. Come on now. There we go. And then one more here. Oh, come on. There we go. Up. These things, I'm telling you, getting me nervous. There we go. Okay, GPU should be locked in and secured. So now I can take these cables and plug them in where they go. So we'll plug that in and that. Power and data, man. Power. This is all power though. The data is the PCIe. Come on. Oh, are you not going in? Why? I'm sorry. Did I offend you? I didn't mean to offend you. If you could maybe find it in your heart to go in there. All right. What's your deal? What's your story, tough guy? There. What's your story, huh? Walk me through your past. Let's tell me about that time that you were teased in school because you had big, thick glasses and everyone thought you were loser, but then you grew up to be the smartest person in the world and invented like the next life-changing thing that saved all of their lives because you're a good person on the inside. Come on now, why won't you go in? You're like lined up perfectly with those ports. You should, there he goes. Here, man. That is so tight. All right, fine, be that way. Okay, so GPU is in, GPU is connected. So now the moment of truth really is, does this thing boot up in post? Does it happen? Does it happen? Shall we find out? Is there any chance we could see the dog today? Yeah, we could. All I have to do is call her downstairs and then show her on the camera. Totally could show you her. That's not a problem. I will do that at the end of the stream. As soon as I got this thing. Oh, hang on. Let me put this down for a second. As soon as I know that I'm good and set here with the computer, I'm no longer worried about it, we will totally do that. You have my word. All right. So let's get this right here. And we'll drag it over to my office. I'm gonna step into my office.